Kim Clemente, Saturday Sportscenter. The Arizona Cardinals vs. Indianapolis Colts. Section below, you will see a line about being a prisoner of the moment when reviewing NFL games. It's an easy trap to fall into when you watch football every week, so the important thing is to keep in mind the bigger picture and whether past results are indicators of future ones. After 1 week of NFL football, we've seen the defenses strong-arm the power away from the offenses, as numerous teams failed to get anything going whatsoever. Bad defenses looked mediocre, mediocre defenses looked good, and good defenses looked great. Of course, anything can happen in a given NFL week, but after watching play, one has to think that this might be the beginning of a significant trend that will last all season. For 1 more week at least, the prediction is that low scoring continues. And now I've fallen into my own trap and become a prisoner of the moment. Here's a look at some Week 2 picks, with a focus on the over-under, all odds below are via OddsShark. Houston Texans at Cincinnati Bengals 6.5, 38 out. Houston Texans have a quarterback controversy after just 1 game, and Football Outsiders ranked Cincinnati Bengals quarterback Andy Dalton as the worst quarterback of Week 1 by a large margin. Dalton is certainly not the worst quarterback in the league, but the signal calling issues on both sides right now foreshadow a low-scoring contest. Pick Bengals 14, Texans 13 and the under. Minnesota Vikings at Pittsburgh Steelers 6, 45.50 UIF. You just look at the 2,919 score of the Minnesota Vikings vs. New Orleans Saints Monday Night Football game. You might think that the contest was fairly close. However, the Vikings pretty much did whatever they wanted on offense, and on defense, they largely shut down the Saints' running attack and passing attack. Give the edge to the defenses in this one, as both of them look like top 5 units in football. Pick Vikings 17, Steelers 13 and the under. Arizona Cardinals 7.5 at Indianapolis Colts 44 outs. Easy to be a prisoner of the moment and look at both of these offenses and think that this game is going well under the total. Cardinals running back David Johnson is out, and so is Colts quarterback Andrew Luck. This game should be a slog to 20 points, with wide receiver Larry Fitzgerald making the difference from the slot 1,015 yards at a time. Pick Cardinals 17, Colts 13 and the under. Cleveland Browns at Baltimore Ravens 7.5, 39.5 out. Guess here is that Browns rookie quarterback DeShone Kizer someday leads a dynamic offense with second-year wideout Corey Coleman, but that Jay is not Sunday against a Ravens defense that shut out the Cincinnati Bengals in Week 1. The Browns defense is formidable as well. This should go under the total. Notice a trend. Pick Ravens 23, Browns 10 and the under. Philadelphia Eagles at Kansas City Chiefs 4.5, 47.5 out. Kansas City Chiefs looked dominant in a 4,227 win over the New England Patriots on Thursday Night Football. Most notably, Alex Smith looked like the best quarterback in football for 1 week as he threw downfield darts to his receivers. Rookie running back Kareem Hunt is also phenomenal, as he found gaps in the Pats' front 7 all game. But the Eagles' defense is much better than the Patriots at the moment, and their front 7 is one of the best in football. The issue is in the secondary, where cornerback Ronald Darby is out with an ankle injury. However, the prediction is that the front 7 gets to Smith, forcing a turnover or 2 that prove to be the difference. Pick Eagles 20, Chiefs 17 and the under. Chicago Bears at Tampa Bay Buccaneers 7, 44 RIs. Bears rookie running back Tarik Cohen dominated in the opener, but the Chicago offense is still missing a solid number 1 wide receiver to depend on in future games. Losing Cameron Meredith in the preseason was a devastating blow, and losing rookie Kevin White certainly doesn't help matters as his progress keeps getting stunted by injury. The Bucs have some great talent in the front 7, and if they shut down the running game, then this will be a long day on offense for the Bears. Pick Buccaneers 17, Bears 6 and the under. Tennessee Titans 2 at Jacksonville Jaguars 43 outs. A little hard to get a read on the Jacksonville Jaguars after a 297 Week 1 blowout of the Houston Texans, considering that the latter team is somehow in a quarterback controversy in Week 2, but the Jacksonville defense crushed Houston all game, as the offensive line couldn't withhold the Jags' pressure. Combined with the running prowess of rookie Leonard Fournette, the Jags led 190 at half and never looked back. But the loss of number 1 wide receiver Allen Robinson is going to hurt, and there will be games where the run game isn't working at the Jags' defense isn't making play after play, leading to a potential stagnant offensive showing. One of those matchups will be on this day, as Titans quarterback Marcus Mariota does just enough to keep the Jags at bay in another low-scoring game. Pick Titans 17, Jaguars 10 and the under. Buffalo Bills at Carolina Panthers 7, 42.5 out. Carolina Panthers defense looked like its old self on Sunday when it held the San Francisco 49ers offense to just 3 points. Carolina has a little of everything: good pass rushers, solid run stoppers, fantastic linebackers, and an underrated secondary featuring 2 high-draft picks, second-year pros James Bradberry and Darryl Worley, who might become a great duo in the back. Buffalo is too one-dimensional on offense. In particular, it's based off the running game led by LeSean McCoy to hang with Carolina, but the defense should slow the Panthers down a bit. Pick Panthers 24, Bills 10 and the under. New England Patriots 4.5 at New Orleans Saints 54.5 I can't help but have a gut feeling that New England Patriots wide receiver Brandon Cooks is going to return to the place he called home before being traded and dominate the Saints secondary all game to the tune of 100+ yards and a score or two. I'm sure I'm not the only one with the same sentiment. We've seen players come back to old stamping grounds and have great games, and the guess is that Cooks etches his name on that ledger this weekend in a track meet. Pick Patriots 37, Saints 33 and the over. Miami Dolphins at Los Angeles Chargers 4.5, 45 out. The AFC West has the potential to be the best division in NFL history. It's not implausible to think that each team could finish with a winning record, with a last-place team coming in at 97. That's because last year's last-place team, the Los Angeles Chargers, had terrible luck when it lost so many close games. Of course, that happened again after a blocked field goal preserved a 2,421 loss to the Denver Broncos on Monday Night Football, but LA simply has too much talent on both sides of the ball. Provided they stay healthy, the Chargers should have a good year and have a few blowout wins on their resume. The first one will be Sunday. Pick Chargers 27, Dolphins 10 and the under. Dallas Cowboys 2 at Denver Broncos 42 out. Game of the week will take place in Denver, as the Cowboys travel to face the Broncos. Somehow, this is only one of 3 games predicted to go over this week. The reasoning first, running back Ezekiel Elliott should give the Broncos' run defense fits. As good as the Denver pass defense is, its run D is not on par and can be exploited. In fairness, the Broncos held Los Angeles Chargers Melvin Gordon to just 54 yards on 18 carries on Monday, but running back Elliott is behind one of the best offensive lines in recent memory. The clear edge is to Dallas. For Denver, quarterback Trevor Siemian might be pretty darn good. He evaded other quarterbacks in an off-season competition for the job and started the year with a 61% completion rate against a tough Chargers pass defense featuring edge rusher Joey Bosa and cornerback Casey Hayward. He'll have his success again on Sunday, leading to an exciting battle in Denver. In the end, expect the Dallas ground game to be the difference. Pick Cowboys 23, Broncos 20 and the over. Washington Redskins at Los Angeles Rams 2.5, 46 hours. Los Angeles Rams defensive tackle Aaron Donald back in the mix. The LA defense should be stout against a Washington Redskins defense that looked pedestrian at best in a 2017 loss to the Philadelphia Eagles at home. Expect the Washington offense to click later in the season, but for now, a cross-country trip to Los Angeles against a good team defense isn't a recipe for high scoring. That being said, the guess here is that the Rams' offense isn't nearly as good as what it showed on Sunday in a 469 win over the Indianapolis Colts, especially considering that running back Todd Gurley only rushed for 40 yards on 19 carries. Give the edge to the under in a close game. Pick Redskins 17, Rams 16 and the under. New York Jets at Oakland Raiders 13.5, 43.5 out. Oakland Raiders defense looked quite good in a 2,616 win over the Tennessee Titans, who on paper have one of the better offenses in football. It's even more impressive that Oakland traveled 2 time zones and did this on the road. Now they're home and facing one of the worst defenses in the NFL. The Jets will struggle to score in the double digits, and Raiders wideouts Michael Crabtree and Amari Cooper should move the ball downfield in bunches all game. Pick Raiders 27, Jets 10 and the under. San Francisco 49ers at Seattle Seahawks 12.5, 43 outs. Not easy to go into Lambeau Field and hold Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers to just 17 points, especially when the offense can't get anything going. However, the Seattle Seahawks did just that as the Pack struggled against the tough Hawks defense, which might end up being the best in football this year. Now Seattle gets to face a much weaker opponent that only mustered 3 points on Sunday, and it'll do so in the friendly confines of CenturyLink Field. Seattle should cruise to an easy, low-scoring win. Pick Seahawks 27, 49ers 7 and the under. Green Bay Packers at Atlanta Falcons 2.5, 53.5 odds. 2016 pair of games between these teams have featured 65 combined points each, with the Falcons winning by scores of 3,332 and 4,421. There's no reason to think that this game will fail to shoot out once again, as there is simply too much Pro Bowl talent on both offensive sides, led by Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers and Falcons quarterback Matt Ryan. Give the edge to the Falcons at home. And a big edge to the over. Pick Falcons 38, Packers 34 and the over. Detroit Lions at New York Giants 3.5, 43.5 odds. New York Giants offense showed no signs of life without Odell Beckham Jr. in a 193 loss to the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday Night Football, but Ian Rapoport of NFL Network noted that the star wideout should be back for Monday Night Football against the Detroit Lions in Week 2. That should spell trouble for the Lions, but the Giants offense is built around one player, and that's been an issue for a few seasons. This game played out in December last year, with the Giants winning 176. Expect a similar result this time, considering that the G-Men defense is stellar. Pick Giants 17, Lions 10 and the under.